Fairbanks, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Breaking news to report tonight. Sources close to the news center have reported an incident involving 2 Alaska State Troopers in the city of Tanana.
Residents reported hearing gunshots in a home within the city. It has also been reported that a warrant was being served to the home of a Tanana man when the altercation broke out, leading to the gunshots.
Alaska State Trooper spokeswoman Megan Peters has confirmed to the news center that an incident has occurred. However, details at this time are sketchy.
Now, this is a developing situation. The news center will have more as the details become available. And in other news this evening, the annual meeting of the Golden Valley Electric Association was last night at the Carlson Center, but as Monty Bowen reports, there was no formal business conducted.
The annual meeting usually draws over 1,000 people with lots of other activities besides the business meeting on the agenda. That wasn't the case this year. Not enough members showed up to have a quorum to conduct official business.
We only had 398 register. Last year it was 1,159 or about there. And so I think maybe the lack of people coming out was kind of a surprise, but we knew it was going to be smaller.
One reason, Golden Valley didn't give the credit to people who attend.
The annual committee, when they met, they decided that they were not going to do the $15 registration bonus that would go on a credit on your electric bill. And I think we anticipated that we would not see as many people come out.
Paying the credit can put a pretty good dent in the co-op's wallet.
$15 credit doesn't sound like much, but when you multiply it by 1,200 members, it gets into the $18,000 range. The year before it was a $25 credit, and we had 2,000 people show up. That was a $50,000 cost.
Borgeson said doing away with the credit was part of a cost-saving plan.
But we heard tonight that people kind of missed the big meeting here. So I think we'll go back to the drawing board and try to figure out how to have the lessons learned from this and see if we can't find the right spot.
Although reports on 2013 were presented, no official new business was conducted last night. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
A Fairbanks woman was medevac to Anchorage after an assault that left her with broken facial bones. According to an affidavit, 24-year-old Daniel Northway is charged with multiple felony assaults along with resisting arrest in connection with the April 28th assault. Troopers on scene reported entering the home and seeing blood smeared on the doors, bedroom, and multiple clothing items. However, they could not find the actual victim. They later located the female victim at a neighbor's house with severe damage to her face. She reported Northway held her down in bed and repeatedly beat her until she could escape. Northway was arraigned in Fairbanks District Court on April 28th.
A Fairbanks man who earlier this year led Alaska State Troopers on an aerial chase was arrested again last evening for burglary. 36-year-old Brandon Barron and his alleged accomplice Amberosa Bobo were found by troopers in the attic of the home located on the Old Steese Highway. According to an affidavit, the pair broke into the home from the front window and were found in the attic. A vehicle outside had multiple items from the home inside, including a popcorn machine and leather jacket. The total value of items stolen was over $2,000. Barron was allegedly connected to multiple prior burglaries and fled from troopers in January, later stopped for traffic violations. He was arraigned today in Fairbanks District Court.
Trial has been rescheduled for 2 men involved in a shooting at the Wedgwood Manor. 16-year-old Chester Fields and Isaiah Cross appeared today in Fairbanks Superior Court. Their lawyers asking for trial to be delayed. Court documents say the 2 reportedly broke into a Wedgwood apartment and shot at the residents multiple times after claiming they were going to get, quote, money owed to them. 2 people were injured in the shooting. Trial has been rescheduled for June 23rd.
Today, the Fairbanks Police Department received a report that a fiber optic telecommunications splice trailer had been stolen from Deer Street. The white 12-foot Intech trailer was stolen at about 2:40 a.m. It is one of a kind, made specifically for the business and is valued at $40,000. It has specialized tools and a 5K generator. The license plate on the trailer is 3858SR and the word Intech is stenciled on both sides. Now, if you see it or have any information on this theft, you are asked to call City Police at 450-6500.
Okay, Daryl, when we come back, a staple figure in the dance world is retiring. That's going to be this week's Weekly Ontario Entertainment.
That's right, and we take a look into food security as well. Those stories are next. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Fairbanks Evening News. The term food security covers many topics tied to eating, like production and delivery, safety, and affordability. It's a broad term that's becoming popular in Alaska and in several other Arctic nations. Tyson Paris-Hansen has more.
While many in government place national defense as a top priority, the Circumpolar Agricultural Association says food security should be a bigger component.
The use of the term food security is a relatively new issue, at least no more than a few decades old or a couple decades old. And it isn't considered routinely when world leaders get together and they talk about world security.
Members of the group say northern communities can become leaders in food production, and it has to be an international discussion.
We have far more similarities with places like Iceland, Norway, Finland than we do with most of the states that are in the lower 48.
Together, they say food supplies are more fragile in northern cities, but increasing local agriculture is one way to strengthen these communities.
I don't know whether we will ever reach a point in Alaska where we don't import food. I think that'll always be a component of our food security, and we need to take care of that aspect. But if we can grow more of our own food, it will make us a more secure state, a more stronger economy, and better health for our people.
Join us tomorrow as we talk about a different food security component, the largest food stocking operation ever taking place in Alaska. Tyson Paris-Hansen reporting.
Tomorrow, several veterans will be hosting a spring concert to honor others who fought for our country. The concert will be at the Fairbanks Veterans Center on 540 4th Avenue from 3 p.m. to 7. The community is invited to come and listen to veterans performing a variety of music ensembles like drums, folk singing, Hawaiian ukulele, and gospel songs. The concert is free and there will be light refreshments provided. Program coordinator Chris Bench says that there will be plenty of room for visitors inside the center.
Welcome. We should have enough seating for everybody. They can sit in here, and we also have a conference room where they're actually going to be playing the music inside there. There'll be chairs set up, and there'll be some refreshments for everybody, and we just look forward to all the veterans coming and having a nice, relaxing day for them.
After years with one of the interior's most well-known dance companies, the artistic director behind some of the most watched ballets is retiring. We have more now, and that's Interiortainment. Norman Shelburne has been with the North Star Ballet for quite a while.
I have been here since 1986, so that's 27 years, as the director of the North Star Ballet.
He says in those 26 years, he's accomplished a lot with the company he traveled all the way to Fairbanks, Alaska for.
Well, after 27 years, it's time for an infusion of new energy and spirit in the North Star Ballet. I think that we've accomplished a lot over this period of time.
The North Star Ballet will be left in good hands, according to Shelburne, as they have brought up a new director who is sure to add experience and expertise to the company.
Cortland Weaver is the new artistic director. Cortland has an extensive background as a professional dancer with major companies in the U.S. and in Europe.
Finally, Shelburne says this is not the last you'll see of him or his ballets, as the new director plans to keep much of the choreography and shows such as the Nutcracker the same for the community who built it.
I think for years to come we'll still be seeing my Nutcracker, and then we're going to be mounting our production of Coppelia for next spring. And Cortland said, you'll do Dr. Coppelius, won't you? And I said, well, it depends, we'll see what happens.
I'm Stephanie Woodard, and that's Interiortainment, brought to you by the Finish Line Restaurant and Lounge.
All right, sad to see him go. Known him for a long time. Yeah, he's done some really great things, but he said he's not gone for good. So he's still going to be there. You'll still see his choreography. His presence will be known. His presence shall be there. All right, speaking of presence, great as well. Joe Cook is next with sports, and you'll hear from the Ice Dogs, who are gearing up for their Robertson Cup semifinal this weekend. Awesome, plus highlights and results from last night's high school sports action. Nice. Joe is up next with sports.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your Thursday sports. Now, tomorrow night in the Big Dipper, the Ice Dogs will take on the Michigan Warriors in the Robertson Cup semifinals. The Ice Dogs have earned some much-needed rest after going through two brutal five-game series that came down to series-ending overtime goals by Kyle Lee in two Game 5s. Michigan is rested as well, but hasn't been challenged too much, winning by an average of 2.6 goals. They also had a triple OT win, a 1-0 victory over Port Huron. They're only one of the postseason. Fairbanks is battle-tested, to say the least, and having home ice at this point of the year could pay off for the Ice Dogs. They are 4-2 at home in the playoffs. Head coach Trevor Stewart believes the Big Dipper crowd will be huge in trying to throw off a postseason opponent that isn't named Kenai or Wenatchee, especially Michigan's big goalie Trevor Gorsuch. The team is excited to face a different team in the NEHL Final Four, best-of-3 series, but they also feel prepared.
It's going to be different for sure. I mean, I think our team will benefit from it, playing a different opponent, seeing someone new instead of the kids that know us like off by hand, like they know us by our first and last name, like we're best friends or something. So it'll be a different look. It'll be different for us. It'll be good.
Coach has been watching some video, and we know what kind of team we're playing against, and we have some drills, simulating how they're playing. So the preparation right now, it feels good. Everything's good.
A short series, 3 games in 3 days at the most. So. It's kind of a battle of attrition, and you've got to find ways to get a couple greasy goals during a shortened series. And, if we're able to find a way to do that, we should have some success.
Last night in high school sports, one team is starting to position themselves as the top team. At Lathrop High School, the girls' soccer team continued their winning ways. Lathrop was up 5-0 over Allison at the half and put up another 3 in the second half. Mariah Flynn, she got one of those second half goals and a nice high arcing goal from Christina Mundelli. Coming up, Michaela Triplehorn, she had another shutout. She hasn't allowed a goal all season. She even scored last night on a penalty kick. Lathrop beats Allison 8-0, and they are now 5-0. Last year, the Hutchinson Hawks started the year with a winning streak as well. They'll play each other on Friday. Sophomore midfielder Carly Fitzgerald notched a hat trick against the Ravens to lead the Malamutes. This is what she had to say after the game.
I think going down to Wasilla was a good start for us because gave us a good opportunity to play on nice grass, and we were able to see what we needed to fix. Since we're back here, we're not playing right where we want to be, but we're getting better. But yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's a good motivator too. We're gonna have a hard game on Friday, but we're definitely looking forward to it, and we think we have a chance.
Meanwhile, last night across town at West Valley High School, the Wolfpack took on the Monroe Rams in the MAC Conference opener in boys soccer. The Rams are fielding a co-ed team this year. The Wolfpack were up 3-0 at halftime. Despite a nice save from Monroe's Alex Callahan, the Wolfpack would continue the strike. Check out the noggin on Braden DeWeese, putting in the corner kick assist from Meng Zheng, and the header is good. Wolfpack up 4-0. Zheng would score himself later in the game. He had a goal and an assist as well as DeWeese. Nick Schott led West Valley with 2 goals, scoring in the first and 51st minute of the game. Connor Smith also scored, and West Valley, they shut out Monroe 5-0 to improve to 2-3-1 on the year. Also last night in high school softball, the Monroe Rams defeated the defending MAC champion Allison Ravens 6-3. It was a conference opener for both teams. Monroe was led by freshman Savannah Mapp. In just her second varsity start, Mapp went the distance with a 1-hitter in a complete game with 8 Ks and 3 earned. Alexa Ellis had a double and 3 RBIs. Jamie Heyman added a couple of ribbies as well. The Rams are now 1-1, 1-0 in the MAC, and Allison falls to 0-2. And tomorrow evening, the Alaska Natick Department of Athletics will put on a bow for the 2013-2014 season with the all-sports banquet. It will be in the Gold Room of the Westmart Hotel and Convention Center. All of the 10 athletic programs will recognize their most valuable players, and the department will give out prestigious awards like the Bart LeBon Humanitarian Award, the Joe Chimorello Sportsmanship Award, and the Most Outstanding Female and Male Athletes of the Year. Last year's winners were Benty Heller of the swim team, who's won it twice, and the rifle team's Ryan Anderson. If you still want to go, there's a link on Webster11.com to purchase tickets online for $30. And some final notes before I go. The UAF men's ski team lands a skier from the Czech Republic. The men's basketball team, they get a standout high school guard. And the hockey team, they get a commitment from a Midwest Division NEHL player. We'll have more on that tomorrow. Also, the driving range is open at the Fairbanks Golf Course from noon to 7, and they'll open on May 10th with temporary greens. And for more on that forecast for all you golf heads, Mike Schultz is next with the forecast. But as always, we'll catch you next time.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's time once again for a look at the weather. Mike Schultz with you, and we're talking about great weather end of the weekend. Temperatures right around 70 degrees tomorrow, continuing on Saturday. Great for the Chena River Run and any other outdoor activities you want to do, like golf or tennis, whatever. Anyway, we'll talk more weather in just a little bit. Our photograph for tonight, a very beautiful sunset. Another one captured this time by Candace Pullis. As you can see here, some nice colors. Again, as always, if you have a photograph, share it. By all means, send to photos at ktvf11.com. Out the airport right now, 68 degrees. That's our high for the day. The low last night, 33. Record high, 76, 2009. 4 degrees in 1937. Sunrise and sunset, 17 hours, 11 minutes. A gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. Excuse me. High pressure really well established across the Gulf of Alaska, keeping all the clouds way up to the north and off to the west. Excuse me. And we are looking at that to continue. Elsewhere across the state, lots of sunshine around southeast Alaska, continuing across the south central sections over the southwest, and then clouds around Nome and Barrow. Other than that, really good weather across the rest of the state. Lower 48 weather, that area of low pressure that brought the horrible storms earlier this week, still spinning around, but finally moving up into Canada. Just a few afternoon showers developing across the Gulf of Mexico. Things looking pretty good out to the west. And the overall picture is looking at Santa Ana winds developing over Southern California with hot temperatures, dry conditions. Unfortunately, extreme fire danger is definitely likely. Lower 48 weather for this weekend, looking at showers over the Pacific Northwest, more heat across the Deep South, and some showers across the Great Lakes. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. The northern sections, mainly cloudy skies in Barrow, mostly sunny skies for Nome and Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, nothing but beautiful sunshine all the way across the region with temperatures near 70 degrees. Once again, over southeast Alaska, sunshine returns to Juneau and a few increasing clouds in the Ketchikan area, while over the southwest part of the state, looking at mostly sunny skies for Kodiak and Bethel and partly cloudy skies at Cold Bay. And over the south central sections, widespread sunshine for Homer and Anchorage and also Valdez. All right, time once again for our kids' weather. This week we've been talking with the kids from Hutter Elementary School, but here tonight is the teacher.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Garut, and this is my third grade class here at Hunter Elementary School. And we have a weather fact we would like to share with you. Class, did you know that people say lightning doesn't strike the same place more than once? But in New York City, the Empire State Building is hit by lightning more than 500 times a year.
And next week, we'll be visiting with the kids from Tickasuk Brown Elementary School. One more quick look at the allergy count for the day. And again, no change from the last 3 days. Still high levels for trees, mainly poplar and aspen, and that's about it. Everything else looking pretty good. Here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. Mostly clear skies, 37 degrees, continued very mild. The outlook for tomorrow, even better, near 70 degrees with lots of sunshine. Wouldn't be surprised to see it go over 70 degrees. And that'll be the forecast for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with temperatures cooling off just a little bit for Tuesday and Wednesday. Overnight lows also, once again, really warm, comfortable, like around 40 degrees each day or each night. And overall, beautiful weather, looking like it's coming our way. Stephanie, you have an update for us, don't you?
Yeah, we have some, unfortunately, we have some breaking news to report. The incident that we had discussed earlier in the newscast, we have been updated that 2 Alaska State Troopers are reportedly deceased, well, confirmed deceased, we can say now.
Right.
So in that incident, and no names have been released yet, next of kin is, it's pending next of kin notification. So
absolutely. And of course, we will report an update on News Center Final tonight at 11 p.m.
Absolutely.
So.
And check with us on webcenter11.com and our Facebook pages, our social media. We will send out all of the updates via the web as well.
Okay, thank you for that, Stephanie. And that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams is up next.
And as always, a reminder, join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime, as Stephanie said, at webcenter11.com.
Okay, from all of us here at the News Center, we hope you have a great night.
Good night.